I'm Natalie from the Milky Mermaid, and this video is going to go over some of the tips and tricks for latching your baby. First, I want to say that every mom is different, and if your baby is gaining weight and your latch is comfortable and you don't have pain with latching and baby is pooping and peeing well and plenty of times a day, then there is no need for you to focus on trying to change what you're already doing, because what you're doing is working and you're doing a great job, and there's no right and wrong way to latch and nurse a baby. We can try to help with positioning and tips on latching to make it more comfortable for you, but a lot of times whatever you're doing is instinct and it's working, and you just keep rocking on with that. So first I want to talk about support. So baby always needs to have lots of support because they don't have any muscle coordination in their neck and shoulders yet. And so whenever you are trying to latch your baby, you want to make sure that their body is always turned towards you and that you are helping with their head and their neck. So you want to kind of place a thumb behind the lower ear on one side and your other fingers on the other, and the palm of your hand would go between baby's shoulder blades. The other thing about support is you can have some type of nursing pillow. That's a great tool to use. The Blessed Nest is a great pillow because you can manipulate and you can kind of mold it so that it's higher on one side, which is very helpful depending on what side you're nursing on, so that your baby is up to your breast and you're not having to lean over, hurt your neck and your shoulders. You want to try to take a deep breath and relax these shoulders. So once you kind of get your baby in the position and they're well supported, which also, you want to try to catch them before they really start to cry. So once baby's crying, anxiety goes up. Your hormones that cause stress, they're going to go up or react to stress. So if you can see baby smacking their lips, sucking their fingers, or even like in kind of a almost awake state where their eyes, or you can see them moving underneath their eyelids, that's a great time to take baby and try to latch them. Those are hunger cues is what some people call them, and so that's just giving you an indication because baby can't talk and say they're hungry. It's time for me to eat, put me to breast. So once you get your baby and you've got to turn them into you, not on their back, you're supporting their head and their shoulders and their neck, you're going to try to, and this is kind of the cross cradle, but the latch works the same whether you're doing it this way or whether you're doing it this way. These are the tricks with the actual breast when you're trying to latch your baby. So I'm going to sit this baby up like this, but this is not a real baby. So this baby can sit up like this, but this really ideally is not how it would happen. I'm just going to illustrate kind of if this was your breast, what this is going to look like. So this is your breast. You want to try to hold your breast on the margins of the areola, kind of like a sandwich. So like 12 and 6 or 2 and 8, so that your hand, one finger is on this side and one finger is kind of on the opposite side. And you don't want to do it at the nipple like this because that's going to pinch your nipple and that's going to cause pain, and that's not even, baby needs to get as much areola in their mouth as possible. So you're going to kind of hand express a drop or two if you can, which you can kind of massage your breasts and just come back and compress. Not at the nipple again, but back here. And if you can get a drop of milk out, that's just going to entice baby. They're going to smell that, they're going to taste it on their lips, and they're going to be more likely to open their mouth like an opera singer, really big and wide, which enables you to get your breast as far back in their mouth as possible. So when you are trying to latch baby, you want to point your nipple upwards a little bit. If you have a drop of milk, that's awesome. It's just going to help. And you're going to kind of hold it right here above baby's lip, not in front of their mouth, above their lip. You can even kind of drag your nipple down from the nose down to the lips like this. And what that's going to do is make baby start rooting. So baby's going to start going back and forth, opening their mouth. Don't do it on the first time you see baby open their mouth, because typically that's not the biggest that they're going to open their mouth. So when baby starts to really open wide, you kind of have to really catch the widest. As soon as you see that mouth get really big, you shove it in there as fast as lightning. Faster than you think that you can move. That is kind of the key to getting a deep latch, because that open mouth is only going to be really big and open for a second. And then they're going to close it again. And then they'll probably do it again, but you don't want them to get frustrated and irritated either. So whenever you see that big open mouth, that's when you take your breast, and you don't want the latch, you don't want baby to just go on with the nipple in the middle. The nipple needs to be a little bit asymmetrical, meaning it's not in the middle of the mouth, but it's more towards the top of the mouth with the nipple pointed up. Baby kind of comes around like this with chin, tilt baby's head back, and when they open that big wide mouth, then you kind of go quickly this way. I also want to mention that you want to make sure that you are supporting your breasts. So we're going to do a couple more videos after this one that you can watch that go over the football and the cross cradle positioning. And those are going to focus more on how to support your breast and how to support baby at the same time with your positioning. But with the latch, one more thing to say, you want to make sure baby's lips are flanged out. It's hard to tell with this sweet little baby here, but when that baby latches on and your nipple goes all the way back to their soft palate, which is where it needs to go for it to be comfortable for you and for baby to get the milk out, you want to make sure their mouth on your breast is really open, the jaw is down, and their lips are flanged out like a fish. So if you notice your baby's bottom lip is tucked in, kind of wedge your finger in there and just pull it out, because that's going to start to feel a little pinchy. If it's painful, you want to break the seal, take baby off, and try again. Just stick your little pinky in their mouth between their gums, and then take them off. Don't take them off while they're sucking. That's going to pull your nipple, and that's not going to feel good. Thank you for watching. I hope you found it helpful. And just remember that the first few weeks can be challenging and that it is temporary. It does get so much easier. You're doing a great job. Keep it up.